Hello, coders. I think there's something wrong with my setup because I started streaming to YouTube by mistake, and then I can't hear the intro, so I don't really know what's going on. I hope I'm here on Twitch. I'm just going to run with it. I hope everybody's doing well, though. Apologies for not being around for yonks, it would seem. I've just been incredibly busy. Let me just turn that down. Gosh. You can tell I haven't done this in a while. Let's bring that down too. Wow. Okay, so we're going to do some course notes, and I want to try and get at least 5 done today, although I'm extremely tired. So we'll see. If we can get it done in an hour, that would be wonderful, because then I can just chill for the rest of the Sunday. I'm a little bit burnt out, as you can probably tell. Let's get into the code. If that works. Is that going? Yes. Okay, cool. So we've got here on our course notes Git repository, I've limited it to Linux Bash for beginners. And what I would like to do is just pick 5 random ones from here. It doesn't really matter if they're in any order or whatsoever. And then write these notes. And if I can get 5 done, that'll be wonderful. That'll be really, really, really good. I don't think these are terribly difficult to write. For example, like there's one here about working with directories, how to rename files. You know, that's a quick win. That's just MV. This one here is creating nested directories, so CD and then mkdir and creating a directory, CDing into that and then creating a directory into this. Removing directories and files, so that's rm or rm -r or rm -rm -rf or v if you want to do it verbosely. So yeah, we'll just pick on some of these and we'll run through them. Like I said, it doesn't have to be in any particular order. I think the difficult ones that I might avoid are redirections and piping, just because I mean they're more difficult than the others, so to work through. So I'll probably do some quick ones first. Let's deal with I'll tell you what. Let's deal with the creating nested directories. That's probably a good place to start, right? So this is issue number 34. So I'm going to go into. Oh, I haven't even got my terminal set up yet. Wow. Right, let's go and sort that out. Apologies. Let's get into wherever the directory lives. It's in code. It's in how to code well, and it's probably course notes. There we go. We're on this branch. Let's see, git status. I think we're okay. Yep. Let's get into the main branch. So git checkout main. Git checkout. Tell I am proper tired at the moment. There we go. Let's do a git pull. Pull them down. Anything. What have we got here? Oh yes, so the other week I replaced removed the old git keep files. Don't need them. Not when there's other files in the directories. So that's fine. And then I think I created some notes as well for the MySQL, how to select records, and all of that jazz. I do apologize for anyone who's just joined, wondering why they got a notification. You're probably all on YouTube now, to be fair, because I screwed up. I had the credentials set for YouTube in my OBS by total mistake. Right, okay, so we've pulled that down. Let's do git branch. Let's just see where we are in the world. 68 and 71. Let me just double check to make sure that they are actually pushed, because then I can get rid of them. You were on Twitch. Thank you very much, The Miner. Thank you. You did get notified. Brilliant. I think it was the people on the Discord. They got a spammed notification to say that I was on YouTube, and then another one to say that I was on Twitch. Yeah, so I want to just double check the code here. I want to make sure that What's that? 71 has already been pulled in, so that's fine. We can get rid of the 71. Let's do a git. Let's just grab that. Git branch -d. Getting rid of that. Good. Let's do another git branch. Let's see what's left. 68. 88 commits. So we've got 68 there. That's already gone through too. So we can get rid of that too. Let's do the same as I did before. Let's queue that down. Git branch -d, and then off you go. Okay, so we should be clean. If I did git branch, we shouldn't have any branches apart from main. That's great. Let's create one. Let's do git branch. Git checkout. Checkout -b, and which one do we want to play with? It was 38, was it? I don't know. Let's go back. It's one of these down here, wasn't it? It was the directories. 34 was close. 4 out. 34. So let's do. This was. This is missing. This is creating nested directories. Fine. Okay, so features, and then it's 34. Creating nested directories. It doesn't matter. Just give me the branch, please. Thank you. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is have a little scrabble around into here. We want to get to Linux Bash for beginners and go into notes, and we're looking for the one that is creating nested directories. There we go. Great stuff. So the first thing I need to do is deal with my front matter. So I'm just going to pick one from random that already has that, just so I can copy that in. And we're going to paste it up here, like so. So the slug is the core slug, of course, which is Linux Bash. Is it for beginners? Yeah, Bash for beginners. I'll deploy all these up, and this is tutorial number 2. It is in notes, and this is about creating nested directories. So we can do to create a create a nested directory. First, create a directory in your I was going to say current working directory. There's too many directories here. Okay, let's just do first create a directory in your current working directory. Directory. And this would be on Bash. This would basically just be like mkdir, and we're going to call this temp. In fact, let's do create a directory called temp. And then I suppose what I could do is let's do this as I go, right? So let's just create a new thing in here. Let's do no, let's come out of this for a sec. Just go to code. Let's do mk. Let's do mkdir. Let's do. Let's just do test. Oh, that already exists. cd test. What is in test? ls of test. Nothing. Okay, we can use test. That's great. Let's clear the screen, and then let's do cd of test. Wonderful. Come on. st. There we go. Okay, so from here, I want to do a mkdir of temp. Okay, and then if I did a create a directory, and then what you would need to do then move into the new directory. So that would be directory, and that would be cd into temp, like that. And then you would do an ls. In fact, you wouldn't do that. You would come out of this, and then you would do an ls. There we go. That's what. So create a directory called temp, and then list the current contents. List the contents of the current working directory, and notice the new temp folder. Let's just get rid of that so I can actually have some more room. List the contents of the current working directory and notice the new temp folder. So this would be 1, 2, 3. This would be ls, and that's going to be bash. And we'll get the output called temp, like so. And then move into the new temp directory, which would be 1, 2, 3, all the things. So this is just sort of guidance, some notes that back up the video, the tutorial about how to create nested directories in Linux. So first of all, you would create a directory called temp, then you would list the contents of the current working directory and notice the new temp folder, such as that. Then we want to move into that, so you would do cd into temp. List the contents of the temp directory of the new temp directory, and this is obviously going to be blank, right? So we'll do, well, I'll just demonstrate. So where we've done that, now we do this, now we want to do that. So it's just an ls, and it'll return blank. List the contents, this will return a blank prompt. Okay, and then what we want to do is to create a new directory in there. So we would do a whilst we're in there, we would create a new directory in the temp directory. So that would be, why does it always default to SQL? Bash, this would be another mkdir, and this would be test. And then again, we would list the contents of that, and that would come out. Notice the new subdirectory called test. Now, obviously, there's a quicker way of doing this, which I'll demonstrate in just a second. So let's do that. mkdir of test, and then we do an ls, and we have the test directory. Groovy. Okay, so that's one way of doing it. It's a bit long-winded. The next the way of doing it that I like doing is to do it using the -p flag, because it's just easier. Okay, so I guess what we would do is let's do method 1, and this is create one directory, create a subdirectory, create a subdirectory, create a single subdirectory. Okay, there we go. So that's method 1. Method 2 is my preferred way. Method 2. So create, whoops. Creates nested directories using one command. Okay, so this uses the -p flag. So if we did mkdir, well, if we did man mkdir, we'll see that there is a -p flag. So create intermediate directories as required. If this option is not specified, the full path prefix of each operand must already exist. On the other hand, so you could, I guess there's another way, isn't there? There's like, yeah, I suppose. Let's just do the -p one. I'll just demonstrate that. Let's come out of this. So I want to come back a few levels. So I want to get into test like that, and then I want to do mkdir come on, mkdir. I want to do -p, right? And then I want to do the directories that already exist, which is test, test, then it's temp, and then in there we got test. I'm a level down. Let's just get into test. Whoops, I didn't realize that. So let's do that again. mkdir -p, and then it's temp test. These directories already exist, but we don't have I don't know, src, and we don't have not public. Think of a directory, I don't know, controller. Right, so we don't have the src folder, we don't have the controller folder. If I hit that, then what that's gone and done is, if we went into the temp directory, we could go into the test directory, we could also go into the src directory, and we've got the controller directory. Boom, all in one command. Because what the -p does is it goes, okay, we don't have that directory in this chain, so we'll create it as we go. So it creates the intermediate directories as we go. So how do I talk about that? How do I? Okay, to create nested directories using one command. Okay, this will create intermediate directories. Directories if they don't exist. So that would be bash. That would be something like whatever I've just done. Let's have a look at my history a minute. History. I can't remember what I've just typed. It was that. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, so all right, let me sort that out as well. Do you know what that is? No, I don't. All right, does Google know? I know Google knows. Google knows everything. Also knows how to spell intermediate. There we go. Create nested directories using one command. This will create intermediate directories if they don't exist. And then I suppose we should put in the -p, the flag argument will create the src and the controller directories. Okay, if we were to do this, without the -p, I'll show you what that does. Let's just clear this down. Where are we in the world? We're in controller. We want to come out of that. We want to come out of that. We want to come out of that one. Probably that one too. Yes, we do. If I was to run this command, this mkdir command, without the P, we did that, we'll get an error, because what it does is it goes all the way down to the bottom and then it goes, this file already exists. So I suppose I'd best demonstrate that as well. It's not really another method, to be fair. So, and what I suppose I could do is also, let's just do an rm rv of test temp. We've already created tests, so all of that stuff. Yeah, please. Okay, so I've just removed them all. If I was to run that again without, if I can find the flag, yeah, without that, it will go down to the level before. So we had the controller. That was the thing that didn't exist. See, if I did an ls here, we've got temp, but if I went to ls of temp, we have test, and if we did an ls of test, we don't have anything. So this is saying that we can't add src because the test directory already exists. That's why we had the -p. So if I did the -p again, and ran that, that would work. And if we did an ls of temp test, we've got the src, and then we do src, we can see that we've got the controller. So without the p argument, and this saves so much code. So much code. Like, I remember when I started learning Linux, and I was like CDing and making directories and all on like single commands, and it was just so laborious. And then I discovered the -p command argument, and life was better. So without the -p argument, an error will be raised if a directory already, if a requested directory already exists. So let's get some examples on that. There we go. Copy that. One, two, three. It's going in as bash. Boom. There we go. And that's the issue. All right, let's have a look noodle from it at the top. Let's just let's just look at that. So again, I don't know why I'm putting in the slashes here, but they're not actually shown on the screen, so that's fine. This is the front matter. It's all good. Tutorial number 2. That's the slug. Looks fine to me. Linux Bash for beginners. Method 1, create a single directory, and then method 2 is creating. I think what I'm going to do actually is method 1. Create a single subdirectory. Let's do create directories one at a time. Create directories one at a time. There we go. That's better, isn't it? And then method 2, create nested directories using one command. That's good. Groovy. Okay. Let's get back to here. Okay, so create a directory called temp, which is this. List the current contents of the current working directory and notice the new temp folder. Yep. Move into the new temp directory. CD into temp. Yep. List the contents of the new temp directory. This will return a blank prompt, which it does. Create a new directory in the temp directory. I'm going to call this Create a new directory in temp directory called test. All right, list the contents of the new temp of the temp directory. Notice the new subdirectory called test, and then you would yeah. Method 2 is to create a nested directories using one command. This will create intermediate directories if they don't exist. The -p argument will create the src and the controller directories. Let's put that there. Okay, without the -p argument, an error will be raised if the requested if the requested directory already exists. So mkdir test temp directory file exists. I think that's fine. I'm quite happy with that, I think. Yeah. Hey, Mr. DB303. Yeah, I'm good, thank you. I'm good. I'm tired. I'm very close to burning out. To be fair, and I'm trying to chill. Like, I've been doing a lot of work recently. This is why I've been away from Twitch and YouTube and the podcast, just because I've been doing an awful lot of work recently. And work during the evenings, during the weekends, working until the early hours on a project. But I'm hoping things will settle down and things will get better, in terms of time management. Which is why I'm not doing any code today. Well, apart from the notes, just because my brain is frazzled. Cool. So that's that. I'm happy with that. I see you were posting at 6 a.m. on Discord. Yes. Well, I was up at 5, so but that wasn't anything to do with work. That was just like my sleeping pattern has got so ruined over the last few weeks that 5 in the morning just felt like 8 in the morning. I've got no I'm not like a morning person or an evening. I think I'm more of a morning person, but like, I don't know. I was just pushing the hours. I was just burning the candle at both ends, as my parents would say. Okay, so I think that's groovy. I think that's good. We're gonna push it up, I reckon. Yeah, let's get rid of. Let's keep that on. Let's get into here. So let's go to git diff. There should only ever be one file. There we go. That's all groovy. And we've removed that line and we've put all that stuff in. That's cool. So let's do git commit -am adding notes. Adding note and then closes. And what is this? 34. I think I need to push it up to origin, don't I? Do I have to? Yeah, I think I have to put the actual branch in. And of course that's failed. What? God damn it. Back 1. Back 2. Back 1. Okay. Oh, right. It's because I can't spell. This must be painful to watch. There is a space. I can't work with that. Get out of the way. Git push origin and then features. Thank you. What was I doing? Who am I? Let's go to the pull requests. Create a pull request. It is a new... I tell you what, I think what I'll do is yeah, let's do a pull request, and then let's, at the end of the stream, I'll push them all up, and then if there's any issues, I'll work through them. That's probably a good idea. So, that was 34. Yeah, it's just that would save me from deploying 5 times. What I'll do first, though, is I just want to steal this, because I need that. Let's put it on the clipboard. Okay, let's do a git checkout of main. Okay. And then let's do a git checkout -b of features, and we'll do what's 35? Which one's 35? Oops, no, I don't want to go back on that. I just want to go to issues. Let's look for 35. How to remove directories and files. That kind of sounds up my street. So, features 35. How to remove files. We'll do folders too. There we go. Okay, so let's go back to code notes. I don't know why that's changed. Let's reload from disk, please. No, I'm in a different branch. Check out. Let's just put that there for a second. Thank you. No, that didn't work. Diff. Of course, that's fine. But the other one's gone now. Excellent. Okay, that should be back to where it was. Good. Okay, so this is number 3. Again, it's Linux Bash for beginners, and it's a note, so that's all good. This one is how to remove directories and files. So to remove, this is where we need that again. Let's get back into our temp directory. Thank you. Right. That's not the temp directory. Hang on a minute. Temp src. Did I do it straight from... I think I did it straight from my working directory, didn't I? Dope. That's annoying. No, I didn't. Did I do it straight from code? That's where I am. Okay. That's weird. Let's go into... I don't know where I put that directory. TEMP. Nope, no, not in there. Right, let's step back a few paces. it was here. CD into course. No, it wasn't. It was in. No, CD into code. We went back to code. Then we did a test. Oh, it was in test. Yes, it was in test. It was in test, and then there was one in here called temp. There we go. All right, that makes sense. All right, fine. What's this one? This one's removing files and folders and all that jazz. All right, so we're in the temp directory here. What we could do is delete that. Let's get into test. Well, yeah. Let's just make it clean. RV and then just go into test. Thank you. Right. So I'm going to create a file. I'm just going to do touch of test index.html. Come on, it's a web thingy, index.html. So I'll just create an index.html file. And we'll remove it, which is just rm index, right? Boom. Okay. So to remove a file in the command line, to remove a file in the terminal, use the rm command. 1, 2, 3, and then bash, and it is that rm index.html. This will not return. No. I suppose what I should do before this is we could do bash. Maybe we could do this all on one thing. That would be good, wouldn't it? So first of all, I'm going to do an ls. So let's just go back to touching that and then do an ls. There we go. So it's ls and then that. There we go. ls and then it's index. Then we do an rm and then we do an ls. So we do an rm of index and then we do another ls and it's blank. ls and it's blank. Trouble is, people might be hitting this and not knowing what ls means. So I guess what I could do is list the current list the contents of the current working directory using the ls command. Notice the index.html file. To remove this file, use the rm command, like so. Okay, great. So let's now do directories. So if we did, let's create a directory. Let's do mkdir. Let's do src. Actually, let's do the old one, the node modules. Node modules, and we're also going to have I don't know, bin. I need to put in the -p. All right. So if we did an ls and then we did an rm -r, and then we did node modules, we'll get rid of them. But we didn't do it with v, so we can't actually see the output. But that's the command. If I did an ls, it's not there anymore. So let's grab that. Okay. To remove directories and their contents, got to be careful with that. Use the rm command with the -r argument. And we would do bash, and we would do that. So and then we would do an ls, and it would be blank. Let's put those placeholders back in. Some people don't like putting like the dollar symbol there, but when you're doing something like this, it shows where the prompts are. So the prompts would be the blank space. Okay, and I mean other people do this if they want, but whatever. Let's put in some content. So let's mess around with this a little bit. Let's do verbose. So let's put that back in. So let's put that in here. And then let's do an RM, but this time with V. Okay. So I'm just going to grab this, paste it underneath. To remove directories and their contents, or actually to see what has been deleted, add the -v argument to the RM command. Yeah. So it's just, I should stop saying just. I'm just tired. RM and then that. That's what we want. So notice that we have deleted the node, or notice that the node modules and bin directories have been removed. Okay. Next one is to only remove the contents of a directory whilst keeping the directory, the parent directory. Actually, let's okay, use the asterisk symbol to only remove the contents of a directory whilst keeping the directory of contents of a directory. That'll do. So for instance, if we did bash here, like let's do let's create that back again, mkb blah blah blah, right? Let's say we just want to remove the bin directory. So if we want to do that, we can do rm -rv, okay, because we want to do it recursively, but we want to do node modules mod, and we want to do / and then asterisk like this. So what that'll do is it'll remove the bin directory but keep this, because we're going inside. So let's do rm -rv of the node modules asterisk. Are you sure you want? Yes. Why are you asking that? Interesting. Oh, it's just said shell, just going. Fair enough. So if we did an ls, we can still see we've got the node modules. But if we did an ls of node modules, it's empty. So I'm gonna grab that, which I think should be this. Yep. And then we'll do an ls. Well, it'll output this, so we'll put that in. And then we'll do another ls. And we should be able to see that we have node modules. And then if we did an ls of node modules. Oh, hang on, wait. That's the prompt, right? That's the no. It's ls. There we go. First up is ls. Then, so that goes there. Then we do we run ls of node modules and we get a blank prompt. Okay, so what we're doing here is we're removing it recursively, but and verbose, but we're only removing what's the contents of the node modules, and we're keeping node modules. So, okay. In this example, we are the bin directory is removed from the node modules. From node modules. In this example, only the contents of node modules is removed. The node modules directory is kept. So, yeah, be careful with the RMR, because if you do that without supplying like a proper path, then you'll end up removing your whole operating system. Like, never do this. That's a bad move. Don't do it. Do not do that. It's not good. I've done it before. And I did it not for fun. I did it because I didn't know what I was doing. In this example, only the contents of the node modules is removed. The node modules directory is kept. I suppose I should do a warning, right? My former self would appreciate it if I read this. Warning, do not run the following, as this will remove everything from the root directory. So, do not do this. rm minus rv. I mean, really, there should be there should be a sudo on this, but whatever. All right, again, let's go and have a look at the funkiness of it. To remove a file in the terminal, in the terminal, use the rm command. Okay, then we need to put that on a full stop. And then we do that. There we go. List the contents of the... Let's have a look. list the contents of the directory using the ls command. Notice that the index.html file. Notice in this example. There is a index.html file. To remove this file, use the rm command. You can also remove multiple files. To remove directories and their contents, use the rm command with the -r argument. To see what has been deleted, add the v argument to the rm command. Notice that the node modules and the bin directories have been removed. Okay. Use the asterisk symbol to only remove the contents of a directory. In this example, only the contents of the node modules of node modules is removed. The node modules directory is kept. Warning: do not run the following, as this will remove everything from the root directory. If you have the correct access rights, correct permissions. Yeah. Okay, so that's number 2. Why is that? I want to do a rollback on that. There we go. All right, let's do a git. There should only be one file. Git diff, which is good. Git commit. That's not commit. Git commit am. Adding notes. Closes 35. Boom. Up we go. Let's get to the next pull request. Oh, and of course I need to push it up. And this is how to remove files. And I haven't got my keyboard command set for Z shell. So I can't just jump from the end of the line to the start of the line, unfortunately. Okay. That's 2 PRs down. Let's go for number 3. What are we on? Like an hour? Yeah, just under an hour. Well, I tell you what, let's get this published. I'm not going to be able to hit 5, unfortunately. Okay, let's get onto the beta site. Good. Let's get a course. Had to wake up the back end there. It's a bit slow. Okay, so we are dealing with, which course is it? Linux. This one here. All right, so we're putting in a course note for number 2, which is this one. So the course note will go down here, and number 2 and number 3, which is this one. Cool. And I think there's other ones as well that are waiting in the wings. So we'll do this. First up, let's just have a little gander and make sure that they're all good. That's number 3, which is correct. Number 3 is the the RM command, the one that I've literally just done. That's looking good. Now, unfortunately, I can't review it because I am the only person who... there isn't another member of the team, if so to speak. So I have to force them in. Okay, that's that one. And then number 34, wasn't it? Let's have a quick look on that one too. Yeah, that looks good. That looks good. Let's go back to code. Oh, so tired. Let's go back to the pull requests. Come on. And then I'll deploy the site. And then I might just call it at night. Yeah, so I need to merge that. Yes. Okay, let me log into AWS on my... Sorry, moving that around. On the laptop. Give me a second. Let's get into... It's in Chrome. Give me a sec. Sign into the console. We can delete the branch. Give me a second. That's what I want. I was in the wrong region. And it's not production. It is... Man. It's not that one. Why is it taking so long? Come on. There we go. Right, I'm in the right place now. It helps when you're in the right thing. Come on, Safari. Don't try and get too clever. Okay. So we are now in to the AWS account. And I'm going to go to Amplify. That's what they call it. That's what they call it, Amplify. They've changed the interface again, the searching interface. It's very different. It's black. It's like grey. It's like dark mode, but only that searching feature. That's very annoying. It's like light mode everywhere apart from the search. Okay, so we are in the portal now on AWS Amplify. So if I was to click on the beta site here, when was this last pulled? Last deployment. Last deployment was the 5th. Okay. Okay, I was looking at staging, not that, because I've got... Right. Okay, let's click on that, and then let's do redeploy this version. Yes, that's cool. All right, then this is probably going to take a little bit of time. It's now doing the provision. Whilst that's going off, I guess I'm going to talk about the back end of it, because I've changed it somewhat. I've changed the back end because I'm re-architecting how the back end, and I started doing this in the Christmas break, and then obviously work got mental, so I had to drop it. So there's a lot of tidy up work that I still need to do. There's out of the 79 API tests, I think it's 79. It's certainly between 70 and 80 tests. Anyway, out of those, 35 of them are failing, and it's because I've changed the architecture, because I want to allow for social sign-on, so people can sign. I eventually want people to sign in via things like Facebook and GitHub especially, and that's required a lot of rejigging with the backend objects, the entities, and the EID, and how the things are hanging together. So at the moment, I've managed to get all 360 odd unit tests passing, but it's the controllers that are failing. Of course, you don't test controllers using unit tests. You do so using functional integration tests. So that's why the unit tests pass and the integration tests fail, or in my case, the API tests fail. But before Christmas, sort of like during this period of development, everything was failing, like flat on its face. As I was redoing this, and I'm using the tests as a way of me to sort of make sure that the things that I have defined in the specification, because obviously the tests are the specification, they're the things that I'm double checking. So I'm constantly running things like PHP stand, PHP unit, codeception, and all that stuff. So I got back onto it this morning, and I spent a couple of hours playing with it just to get myself back up to speed. But like I said, I'm pretty tired, so I've only managed to get the unit tests passing. I've still got these 35 API tests to fix. So I don't know if I'm going to do that on stream, or whether I'm going to just deal with the code notes. I think I might end up just doing the code notes until I get this stuff done, because it's really sort of back-endy, muddy code. It's how the users hang together with things like their Facebook accounts and GitHub accounts and stuff like that. Essentially, what I've done is I've sort of added an extra few layers. So a user can have a GitHub account, can have a Facebook account, can have, a Google account, or they can have a HTCW account. So a user can have multiple. So they could log in via GitHub or Facebook or the How to Code Well, and the idea is that that all associates back to one user. So okay, so it's done. It's just deployed. It's doing a verification at the moment. Right. So let me just shift refresh this, and hopefully we should see. Yay! These are the notes that we wrote. They're the notes that we wrote. That's great. And we also wrote the notes for this one too. Let's do a shift refresh on this one. No. Oh, no, we didn't. It was 2 and 3, not 3 and... It was 2 and 3. Was it 2 and 3? Yeah. Creating nested directories. Why is that not coming through? Yes, it is coming through. I just had to do a shift refresh. Okay. I need to deal with the caching. I need to do some cache busting, I think, when a deployment goes out. Okay, so that's 2. This is 3 then. That's great. And I want to also double check whilst we're here the PHP MySQL jobby. Let's just get into that. So 1, yep, 2, because this is the one we did last time. 3, 4, and 5. Yep. Okay, so they're the notes for those. They're the ones that were waiting in the wings. This was a bit of a biggie. This is about filtering inputs. Cool. Okay. So I know we didn't do 5s today. We only did 2, but I think I'm working on fumes at the moment. So I'm going to call it a night. I'll look after myself. But yeah, thank you ever so much for watching. Happy coding, everybody, and I'll see you again soon. If not on the Discord server.